This is the written account of Adam's family line. When God created mankind, he made them in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them, and he named them mankind when they were created. When Adam had lived 130 years, he had a son in his own likeness, in his own image, and he named him Seth. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Adam lived a total of 930 years, and then he died. When Seth had lived 105 years, he became the father of Enosh. After he became the father of Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Seth lived a total of 912 years, and then he died. When Enosh had lived 90 years, he became the father of Kenan. After he became the father of Kenan, Enosh lived 815 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enosh lived a total of 905 years, and then he died. When Kenan had lived 70 years, he became the father of Mahalalel. After he became the father of Mahalalel, Kenan lived 840 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Kenan lived a total of 910 years, and then he died. In those ancient days, people lived for many centuries. The Bible tells us that Adam lived for 930 years. His descendants also enjoyed remarkably long lives, with many reaching ages of over 900 years. This longevity is a hallmark of the early generations as recorded in the scriptures. Seth, the son of Adam, was born when Adam was 130 years old. Seth lived for 912 years, and he had many sons and daughters. Through Seth's lineage, the human race continued to grow and spread across the earth. The Bible emphasizes the importance of Seth's line in the unfolding story of mankind. Enosh, the son of Seth, was born when Seth was 105 years old. Enosh lived for 905 years, and he too had many sons and daughters. It was during Enosh's time that people began to call upon the name of the Lord, signifying a deepening relationship with the divine. The generations that followed continued to uphold this spiritual legacy. Enosh lived for 905 years, and then he died. Enosh had sons and daughters. One of his descendants was Kenan. Kenan lived for 910 years, and then he died. He had sons and daughters continuing the line. So, Kenan lived for 70 years, and then he became the father of Mahalalel. After he became the father of Mahalalel, Kenan lived for 840 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Kenan lived a total of 910 years, and then he died. And Mahalalel was born to Kenan, and he lived for 65 years, and then he became the father of Jared. After he became the father of Jared, Mahalalel lived for 830 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Mahalalel lived a total of 895 years, and then he died. Jared was born to Mahalalel, and Jared lived for 162 years, and then he became the father of Enoch. After he became the father of Enoch, Jared lived for 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Jared lived a total of 962 years, and then he died. Mahalalel lived for 65 years, and he became the father of Jared. After he became the father of Jared, Mahalalel lived for 830 years, and had other sons and daughters. So, all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and then he died. Mahalalel's lineage continued through his son Jared, who carried forward the legacy of their family. The names and stories of their descendants would shape the future generations, and their lives would be recorded for all time. Jared lived for 162 years, and he became the father of Enoch. After he became the father of Enoch, Jared lived for 800 years and had other sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years, and then he died. Jared lived for 800 years after he became the father of Enoch, and he had other sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years, and then, well, he died. Jared's lineage continued through his son, Enoch. Enoch walked with God for 300 years after he became the father of Methuselah, and he had other sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked faithfully with God, and then, he was no more, because God took him away. The generations of Enoch continued through his son, Methuselah, who lived for 969 years, and then he passed away. Enoch lived for 365 years. He walked with God, and then he was no more, because God took him away. Enoch was the father of Methuselah. Methuselah in turn became the father of Lamech. Enoch's lineage continued, passing down wisdom and faith through the generations. Methuselah lived for 969 years, making him the longest-lived human in biblical history. His descendants carried forward the legacy of their forefathers, preserving their traditions and stories. Methuselah lived for 969 years, and then he died. Enoch walked with God for 300 years, and he was not, for God took him. Methuselah was the father of Lamech. Lamech lived 182 years and had a son. And Lamech lived 182 years and begot a son. And he called his name Noah, saying, "This one will comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed." After he begot Noah, Lamech lived 595 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Lamech lived 182 years and became the father of a son. He named him Noah, saying, "This one will comfort us in our work and the toil of our hands, caused by the ground which the Lord has cursed." Noah was 500 years old, and he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Lamech lived a total of 777 years, and then he died. These are the family records of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God.